Welcome to BioThoughts. So today we are going to discuss NCRT biological classification second chapter, and in that 13th page of NCRT we are going to discuss. Yes. So we were discussing on kingdom Monera and continuation part, that is though the bacterial structure we know that it is a very simple structure and they are very complex in behavior. Yeah, right? Yes. Why they are called as very complex in behavior? When we look this table, you will be able to identify that. See, the bacteria, there is chemosynthetic, photosynthetic, heterotrophic, saprophytic, and parasitic conditions are shown, or in the mode of nutrition and all. So they are very complex in behavior. And compared to many other organisms, bacteria are a group that show most extensive metabolic diversity. So they show some shows photosynthetic properties, some are heterotrophic. So some of the bacteria are autotrophic, that they synthesize their own food from inorganic substrates, and they may be as photosynthetic autotrophic if one kind, and another kind is what, chemosynthetic autotrophic. The vast majority of bacteria are called as heterotrophs, that they depend on other organisms or dead organic matter for the food. Okay, so that's all regarding the kingdom Monera. Now we are coming to the types under that is Archaebacteria. These bacteria are special since they live in most harsh habitats. That is extreme areas like salty areas, extreme salty areas, that is called as halophiles. Hot springs, we already discussed in the living world what is hot springs. And if you miss that class, go and watch. And hot springs, we can see thermoacidophiles, and in marshy areas like wetlands and all, you would be able to see the methanogens. Archaebacteria differ from the other bacteria in having a different cell wall structure, and this is the feature, the different cell wall structure. This is the feature which is responsible for their survival in this extreme conditions. So how Archaebacteria is able to survive in the extreme conditions means because of this different cell wall structure. And methanogens are present in the gut of several ruminant animals. We know there's like cows and buffaloes chewing the cud, right? That is, they will eat the grass and take it into the stomach part, and again taking back from the stomach, and this is called chewing cud. And then what we will say, several ruminant animals, we will call these cows and buffalo as ruminant animals, and they are responsible for the production of methane, biogas, from the dung of these animals. So in the gut of these ruminant animals there is methanogen, so this will be able to produce the methane gas and from the cow dung. Next is eubacteria. Eubacteria means, U means what? True bacteria. There are thousands of different eubacteria or true bacteria, and they are characterized by the presence of a rigid cell wall. What all they have? Rigid cell wall, and if motile, that is if they have movement, they are having a flagellum. Flagellum is present, and what the cyanobacteria, one type of this, also referred to as blue-green algae, have chlorophyll A similar to green plants. In green plants there is chlorophyll, right? So that's chlorophyll A similar to green plants, these blue-green algae have, and so they are called as photosynthetic autotrophs. And the cyanobacteria, you can see this figure 2.2. In this 2.2, you see a filamentous blue-green algae that is called as nostoc. Filamentous means what? Like a thread-like structure, right? Yes. Then the cyanobacteria are called unicellular, and they can be colonial or filamentous. They live in colony or thread-like structures, filamentous. And freshwater or marine, that is in ocean like salt water, and the fresh water they can be seen, or terrestrial algae. And we can see that the colonies are generally surrounded by gelatinous sheath. Gelatinous sheath means a jelly covering, right? Yes, here you can see a mucilaginous sheath, right? Like a mucilaginous sheath you can see here. And they often form blooms in polluted water bodies. Used to see that in the pond and all, there is after a long time of stagnance there will be algae spreading and all a green color, right? That is called as bloom. Then some of these blooms are polluted. See, if you see blooms, you should not say, wow, it is actually polluted. Then some of these organisms can fix atmospheric nitrogen in specialized cells called heterocyst. See, this like H-shaped structures, which is called as the heterocyst. So in order to remember, I said it as H-shaped. Then some of these structures can, like heterocyst can fix what? Atmospheric. They can fix atmospheric nitrogen. Atmospheric nitrogen. Nostoc and Anabina are the example. This is the example of Nostoc. Then chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria, what they do? They will oxidize various inorganic substances. They will convert these inorganic substances such as like nitrates and nitrites and ammonia, and use this released energy for what? ATP production. That is called as chemosynthetic autotrophic, you can see. So from inorganic substrates, energy is produced, and that is chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria. And they play a great role in recycling nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron and sulfur. So these chemosynthetic autotrophs, they play a major role in recycling the nutrients like what? Which all nutrients? Nitrogen, phosphorus, iron and sulfur. So next is heterotrophic bacteria are the most abundant in nature. The vast majority, the majority are important decomposers. So heterotrophic bacteria, when we discussed about photosynthetic, chemosynthetic, and now we are going to heterotrophic bacteria. Under the eubacteria are the most abundant in nature, and they are more seen, and the majority are what? Decomposers. So many of them have a significant impact on human affairs, and they are helpful in making curd from milk, production of antibiotics, fixing nitrogen in legume. What is legume? Yes, we can see that these legumes means in the roots of pea varieties and all bean varieties, bean families. You used to see the root nodules will be having a like these like structures, and these are called swollen structures, and these underground part is called as legume, which is having nodules. Okay. So that is of what? Bean family, and that will be helping in fixing nitrogen. So you see here the filamentous blue-green algae with the heterocyst, which helps in fixing atmospheric nitrogen and mucilaginous sheath. That's all regarding the 13th page of Ncert. And keep watching. We will be uploading more videos, and do subscribe for getting more updates and notifications. Thank you.